Clara Dao is one of those creators that always somehow finds herself in drama. Like, no matter what angle you look at it from, people have always had something to say about her. From being called out for not being fully honest to the whole boob job situation to that very public breakup that had everyone watching. It's just been one thing after another. And let's not forget her friendship with Jasmine Tan, which people already had opinions on. But this latest situation really sets people off because Clara Dao recently started an OnlyFans account. And let's just say the way she went about it didn't really just sit right with people. At this point, I genuinely feel like she's not just controversial anymore. She has now become one of the most disliked, if not the most disliked, body positivity creator online. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about it, how she got here, why people are so upset this time, and why it feels like every time she tries to rebrand, it somehow just make things worse. With that being said, let's dive right into it, shall we? First off, who is Clara Dao? Clara Dao was born on 29th of August 1998 and she is a prominent Vietnamese-Canadian digital creator and body positivity activist, and she is best known for her content about empowering women with small or flat chests. She was born in Hanoi, Vietnam, but later moved to Canada for college, and she has mentioned before that moving to Canada was definitely a major source of her personal growth. She joined YouTube in 2016 but began posting consistently about body positivity in 2019 after a photo of her in a tank top went viral on Instagram. Clara Dao currently has 4 million subscribers on YouTube, and her YouTube channel mostly focuses on self-improvement, fashion, and vlogs. On her TikTok account, she has 3 million followers, and her content is a bit of everything. Sometimes she posts empowering videos, and then some other days she can decide to respond to people who are skinny shaming, or let's just say surgery shaming her. While on Instagram, she has over 630,000 followers. So as you can see, she's a very big creator. Now, let's get into why she has been cancelled in the past. In February of 2025, Clara Dao was called out for multiple things. For example, promoting certain things that don't really align with her brand, since she openly talks about body positivity and let's just say equality in general. But the major thing that really got her cancelled was a video that she made about skinny habits that keep her skinny, and people were pretty confused as to how she has to apply skinny habits when she has constantly claimed that she's naturally skinny and this is how her body looks like normally, naturally.
I'm a naturally skinny person. I have never gained weight since my adult life. I've never have to worry about my weight. I've never have to worry about what I eat. I feel healthy. If skinny privilege is a thing, I can be called a skinny legend. These are the habits that make me stay at this weight for the past 10-15 years.
So that was the start of the cancellation, but it didn't really go far until in March of 2025, Clara Dao announced that she got a boob job, and this is what sent the whole situation into haywire. People were shocked, people were taken aback because Clara Dao, like I said, was a body positivity creator, or I would just say she's kind of a body positivity creator, or that's what she calls herself till now. I, for one, was really shocked. I was taken aback for days and I was surprised. I was even thinking it was a prank. Pulling a prank on people who were trying to cancel her would definitely not be something that is out of the ordinary. But it wasn't a prank, it was real. In March of 2025, Clara Dao got a boob job. Later on, she released a video explaining why she decided to get her boob job, and she just said she was already tired of doing the same things over and over again, and she just got her boob job for, brace yourself, for fun. She got her boobs done for fun.
Yes, I did have a boob job. I know this might come as a shock because my whole page used to be about loving my flat chest and being confident with it. I literally built my entire career and following around that. So why did I do it? Am I crazy? Was everything a lie? Was I secretly insecure this whole time and just use body positivity as a way to make money so I could finally afford a boob job? No, let me tell you the real reason why I did it. And it comes down to one word. Fun.
And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Till now, even though it's been over a year, I think it still kind of gets me. I've never really seen anyone say they got their boobs done for fun. I've seen some influencers say they got lip fillers or Botox for fun because they just, did I say Botox? Oh my goodness. Botox for fun. But I have never seen an influencer say they got a boob job, like cosmetic surgery for fun. But we learn and see new things every day. Also, it has been speculated that she went on to do more cosmetic procedures after the initial boob job. And I'm not about to get into each and every one people are speculating about, but yeah, those are just the things that people keep talking about in her comment section. A few months down the drain, Clara Dao went through a very, very public breakup. I mean, she was crying and posting videos as to why they broke up and why they decided to go their separate ways.
We broke up. Um, It happened really fast when I was in Manila. It happened very suddenly. I feel like it's some kind of universe intervention because I legit did not see it coming. A month ago, I thought everything is perfect. And, what we had was a perfect relationship in every sense. And I felt so loved, understood, and respected throughout my relationship. I thought we were aligned on what we want for the future, our values, and everything, but it seemed like we don't, and I went through a tough time, trying to figure things out, and we both try to make it work, but I think at this moment, we realize that we have to let each other go, because if we keep staying together, we will hold each other back from actually achieving and experiencing what we want for ourselves.
Honestly, at this point, I started to feel like Clara Dao was losing herself on the internet, constantly talking about what is going on in her life and how it's affecting her. And as much as we want to see influencers being honest and, open about their struggles, I think she was slowly losing herself and people weren't even feeling bad for her. It just felt like it was making things even worse the more she comes online to tell them about her struggles and how this whole thing is making her feel. I really don't know how I forgot to mention that this man that I'm referring to, Clara's ex-boyfriend, is the corniest man I have seen in a very, very long time. If you think that people were only coming for Clara during the whole breakup, you would be extremely wrong. They were also coming for Javi. I think that's the way to pronounce his name, Javi. They're coming for him back to back because he's just genuinely a corny person. He was posting videos making it seem like now that he's no longer dating Clara, it is one of the best decisions he has ever made. He's going on dates trying to rebuild his life. I don't know. Everything he was doing just screamed insufferable. Even when I was watching his videos, I was just thinking to myself, what is this guy doing? And why does it seem so annoying? Because it seems like he is the problem and not Clara at all. Even the way he went about the whole breakup thing and monetizing of it, it's obvious that he did way more than what Clara was doing or what people were calling her out for doing. And I even made a video back then titled Clara Dao, You Need to Heal, where I gave my opinion about the whole situation and how it's obvious that she is struggling with some certain things and she needs to log off. I think that didn't really sit right with people and I even got featured in a video. I don't really have a problem with people making videos about me. I think at this point I've already seen a lot that it doesn't really phase me anymore. So it's totally fine. One thing I really didn't agree with when it came to the whole breakup situation was the way people were blaming Clara Dow for her boyfriend leaving her. I felt like it was a bit too much. You cannot like somebody, but to say he left you for a reason because you got a boob job. And there were speculations that she got the boob job for her boyfriend and her boyfriend later left her. I'm like, guys, where are all the speculations coming from? And how do you know all these things? Another major thing that happened during that time was Clara Dao and Jasmine Tan befriending each other. This didn't really come as a surprise to netizens because they were already expecting it. I mean, people will leave comments on Clara Dow's account telling her to befriend Jasmine Tan that they will really suit each other because if you don't know Jasmine Tan is also a social media creator who mostly posts videos where she's empowering women. But in February of 2025, she got called out because of certain ways she talks about men and mostly because she talked bad about a 21-year-old girl because she looked like a quote unquote, according to her, mama muda. So that was a whole entire controversy, and because of Clara Dal and Jasmine Tan kind of got cancelled at the same time, people really wanted to see them together because according to netizens, they really suit each other. I would not particularly say that the both of them being friends were controversial. I would just say that it got people talking and it brought Clara Dow into the spotlight again. Now, let's talk about the recent controversy because this really surprised a lot of netizens. On the 17th of March 2026, Clara Dow posted a new video that says, "Moved because it is 15 days until the internet loses it again." And the caption says, "It's that time of the year, I'm about to do something crazy again." And if you calculate it, you notice that 15 days away from the 17th of March lands on April 1st. So most people were just thinking that it's an April Fool's prank and it's just something that she's doing to gain more attention. However, she continued posting videos counting down to the day where she eventually posts this big information that's probably going to get her cancelled. The day finally came and she posted on Instagram saying, "Oh, by the way, I also just launched my OF." And when I first saw this, I was confused as to how this is supposed to get her cancelled. If you watch watched my first video about Clara Dao, you know that in that video I mentioned her Patreon, and I was called out a lot in the comment section for even mentioning that at all, which you can have your own opinion, you can drag me if you want. However, that Patreon was kind of like an OnlyFans, not really like a direct replica, but she posts things on there that she would normally not post on Instagram. And even though I wasn't surprised at all, a lot of people weren't having it at all. I think they just felt like she was doing something again to get people's attention, or this was not something that they expected from her. And in my mind, I'm just like, didn't you know that she had a Patreon before? And this is why I do a lot of research when I'm looking into some certain people, because there's some things that don't really phase me anymore. If I didn't know that Clara Dow had a Patreon before and now I'm saying that she opened an OF, I'll definitely be shocked. And I think that's why people are shocked in the first place. People who initially came across this first video was thinking that it's a prank because she conveniently chose April 1st to be the launch date. But what if I tell you that it was not a prank? Claridal actually opened an OnlyFans account. It is real. You can click the link in her bio and you just see the OnlyFans account staring right at you. And once I clicked on it, I didn't even bother going any further. I just checked how much it's charging, which is about $20 a month, and I moved on with my life because I don't see myself subscribing to something like that, and that is totally fine. Just a day later, Claridal posted a video that is captioned, "Seeing my first day's OnlyFans earnings."
Oh my god, I've never seen this much money in my life, you guys. I risked my whole career for this, and it's so worth it. It's been 1 day since I officially launched. I'm about to open my first day earning on OF. I'm so nervous because I don't know, it's been a lot for me. The hate, the support. Let's just see the result. I haven't even checked. I want to share this moment with you. I'm gonna log into my account. I can do that. I've never seen this much money in my life. Guys, I'm literally shaking. I'm just gonna show you how much I earn. It's so much. I don't know if you can see it. This is totally gonna be my main thing now. I'm so grateful for all of you for supporting me and for making my dreams come true.
I think this really just made people confused because if you don't already get it, it was obviously a joke. But people were thinking, okay, now that she is joking about this particular thing, maybe she is joking about opening an OF account completely. But no, like I've said earlier, it is not a joke. The account exists and Claridal is now an OF creator. From the way I'm talking, it is obvious that people were not having it at all. People were hoping and praying that it's a joke, but when they later discovered that it's not a joke, they were really, really drilling into her and saying that she hit a new low with this. And again, if you didn't know that she had a Patreon before, this is exactly how you might react depending on who you are as a person or what you stand for. But at the end of the day, it's like Claridal had been doing this even before her surgeries. Before her surgeries. So I'm not even surprised. I'm literally just laughing about this whole situation because again I'm confused as to how this is supposed to get her cancelled. On her Instagram story, she announced that in the first 15 minutes of launching, she was part of the top 1% of OF creators, but just after a day, she was part of the top 0.1%. Do you know what it is to be part of the top 0.1%? Speaking of numbers, I decided to look into this to get a rough estimate of how much the top 0.1%, or let's just say 1%, earns on OnlyFans. If you're part of the 1%, you should earn anywhere from $6,000 to about $10,000. It can go as low as 4K, but around that range. Well, if you're part of the top 0.1%, you should be earning anywhere from $140,000 to millions and millions of dollars on the platform. So I think at this point, it's obvious that people were hoping and waiting for her to launch that OF, and she listened to the demand and she decided to launch it. I am my own person. Clara is her own person. The person watching this video is their own person. Every single day, people make new choices or new decisions, but I would hope that you at least think of your decision, and I think that's what Clara did. At the end of the day, when you make a choice, you'll be the one to bear whatever comes with that choice, and it is something that happens with regular people and also with influencers too. Clara opening an OnlyFans account, I don't think it's supposed to get her cancelled. I don't know how she thought it's supposed to get her cancelled. Obviously it is shocking for people that didn't know that she already had something that was close to an OF before, but I don't think it's big enough to get her cancelled, if you get what I'm trying to say. And it's definitely not the worst thing that has happened so far. Honestly, Nigeria is bleeding. Nigeria is bleeding. A few days ago, I was scrolling through Instagram because I think I was doing research about one video that is coming up very, very soon. It's a video that I've been working on for a very long time. And tell me why I saw a video of a guy getting beaten. I kid you not, this guy was unalived on camera, on Instagram, on camera. I don't think Nigeria is a country that you understand because people are losing their life every single day. At this point, you just have to sit and wonder, why is this even happening in the first place? This particular conversation really, really bothers me. And it's crazy the way it's so normalized to see sad news on your feed and then scroll past it and the next one is something even sadder. And who cares if I am traumatized or taken aback by what I saw on my phone when there is somebody out there who just lost a loved one in a way that they could not even stop. What would they be going through? People are crying every single day. We are pleading for Nigeria to get better, but just take a look at how it's going. Nothing is happening. It doesn't even seem like we're forging ahead. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. I am sorry if this is not how you expected it to end. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Please do take care of yourself. Bye.